Hola everyone, I'm Andrea and welcome back to Buenas Noticias in Easy English. Today I have an interesting story for you that comes from Mexico. It's related to, what else? The World Cup, El Mundial, and how it returned to Estadio Azteca 40 years later. So let's get started. Forty years. 40 years is a long time for Mexico to wait for the day that the World Cup would return. But on June 11, 2026, the wait was finally over. The World Cup came back to Mexico, and not just to Mexico, to the famous stadium, Estadio Azteca. And Estadio Azteca is not just any stadium. Estadio, stadium. It's one of the most famous soccer stadiums on earth. The World Cup was played there before in 1970 and then again in 1986. And some of the greatest soccer players in history played on that very field, cancha o campo, field. For example, Pelé and Maradona. But after 1986, the World Cup didn't come back to Mexico for 40 years. Now, just try to imagine a child watching the World Cup in Mexico in 1986, a child. Then this child grew up, maybe he became a parent, a parent, and maybe he told his own children, one day the World Cup will come back. Regresar, come back. And finally, on June 11, 2026, it actually happened. Mexico became one of the hosting countries of the World Cup. And Estadio Azteca, the fans and the whole country was ready. And there's like a sweet story that comes along with this. Sweet in this way is like dulce, like cute, sweet. The coach of the team, Javier Aguirre, he was not only there now in 2026, he was also there 40 years earlier, because in 1986, Aguirre was a young player on Mexico's team. He played on that same field, cancha, with those same crowds cheering and experiencing what it must have been like to have national pride, orgullo nacional, pride, orgullo. So that's what we call a full circle moment, una vuelta completa, full circle moment. But maybe the best moment of the night didn't happen actually during the match, el partido, the match. It happened right before the match started, the kickoff, el inicio del partido, the kickoff. Just before kickoff, something amazing, asombroso, amazing happened, and maybe even a little weird, extraño. Thousands of fans threw paper sombreros into the air. Small paper hats, sombreros, flew above the crowd all at the same time, all at once, a la misma vez. There were over 80,000 fans there, 80,000 fanáticos, and the stadium was full, llenísimo, full. And suddenly, the sky, el cielo, above the stadium was filled with paper sombreros. That must have been so cool. Oh, and yes, of course, Mexico won the game 2-0. We can say also Mexico beat South Africa 2-0. To win means to ganar. To beat a team means to vencer o ganarle a otro equipo. So yes, Mexico won. But honestly, I think so many people might not really remember the score, marcador or resultado, the score. But they will definitely remember the fans throwing those paper sombreros in the air. So anyway, what's the takeaway? And when I use the word takeaway, I mean the idea of the thing I want you to remember at the end of the story, not to be confused with the term take out, which is when we take food out of a store, out of a restaurant, like take out pizza or take out McDonald's. That's takeout. Takeaway is the idea I want you to have. So what's the takeaway of the story? That sometimes some of the best things in life take time. Toma tiempo. And that's our Buenas Noticias story for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please, if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends. See you next time. Hasta la próxima. Bye!